Alrighty, y'all, welcome to today's recap. I hope you guys are doing well and staying blessed. If you guys are new here, my name is Jeremiah. I'm a day trader. I trade small cap stocks, momentum, and breakouts. I stream every single day, Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you guys are interested in tuning in, feel free. Hit that subscribe button. And I upload my recaps every single day, regardless of whether I'm red or green. And with that being said, let's hop into this recap. So my first trade was on ASNS. This has a float of 1.6 million shares. I was looking for the first candle to make a new high on the 10-second chart. So you guys can see here. I got a really late entry and actually ended up getting filled at the top of the move and having to sell this for a loss. So I get filled at $2.46.5, when actually the high of the candle was only $2.46. And so it drops immediately from my entry. And you guys will see once this candle looks like it's about to go red, I just sell for a loss. And I was like, all right, whatever. But thank goodness I didn't hold, because you guys will see here, if I did, this would have ended poorly. So that's why you cut your losers sooner rather than later. So my next trade was on CYN. This has a float of 7 million shares, I believe. This one was a little bit more of a impulsive entry as it started to pull away. The level 2 doesn't even look amazing. And so I took a quick trade on it and got green and got out. But you guys will see this. So it starts to pop up here from 369 to 4. And so I'm looking for the breakthrough 4 at 95. I got a high fill, of course, because the spreads are big, but sell for some profit there. Not bad. And that was it for this stock, I believe. So this next trade was another 10-second setup. So we had a 10-second pullback here, 2 red candles on the 10-second chart. I was waiting for first 10-second candle to make a new high, which we got, and I think I got a little bit of resolution here. Once again, a late entry, but nonetheless, I got some profit here this time at least. Very slowly, I move my take profit down, but still got profit. So not a terrible trade at least. So it turns out I wasn't done with CYN. I'm looking for the break over this pivot. I jump in really late. My goal was to jump in for this pivot. But obviously I missed that entry. And so now I'm once again in at the high of this candle because I got a late entry. And selling for a little bit of a loss. Nothing crazy though, not a bad loss. So as the stock is just pulling back, sort of, I'm looking at it, watching for the breakthrough the high of day. Super high fill, but I think I go red on this one. Once again, buying it at the top of the candle. The spreads are actually they're not that crazy, to be honest. I don't know why I got such a high fill. Yeah, so that ended up being a loser, just about 9 cents. Not terrible. And so the next trade I take is once again on CYN, after giving back some of the profit I made on it, or giving back all of the profit I made on it. I take a trade off of VWAP, and you guys will see this right here. This is not a setup I usually take. This is a hard sell-off. Obviously, it's on lighter volume, so that's good, but I thought that I had the support here of 90 MA and VWAP, so just didn't end up working. Small loss, once again, 9 cents. And then, let's see. Believe it or not, my next trade is once again on CYN. And not only that, it's actually just around the same entry price as before. So I think I got fooled twice by this one. And this time I think it was worse. Maybe I did. No, I think I did. This was definitely a loser. My third loss in a row on this stock, I think. Yep. And so that one was a 12-cent loser. Not great, but once again, still with small size, so no big deal. Okay, so this next trade is an example of a lack of discipline. This stock AZI has a float of I want to say 45 million shares, but I'm not totally sure. Something way above whatever I'm used to trading. I think it's 78 million maybe. But anyways, I take a dip here. Yeah, the float is says 53 million. There's a big range on what people claim it to the float to be. So this looks decent, and I'm anticipating the first candle to make a new high, and this just being a pullback in the breakthrough view app. So it's kind of a lot that has to go in my favor with this trade, and I think it ends up being a small winner. My alarm goes off, so I just end up selling it, but this continues to sell off after this. Yeah, so not great, not a great trade, honestly. I don't think I looked at the level 2 even to make that trade. And then I take one more trade on this, and I believe it was another trade for the breakthrough view app, and I guess the bounce off of the 9 EMA, the fact that it was holding the 9 EMA, so somewhat of a push there, but nothing too crazy. So that continued to push, so I let it ride for a moment. And I think this one ends up being a loser. I actually give back a decent amount of it. So 2 trades back to back on it. Yeah, I ended up giving back a decent amount of what I just made on it. But doesn't really matter because both pretty small trades, realistically. Okay, so if the other trade displayed poor discipline, this one, I don't really have any words for it. This one's even worse. So this thing actually just popped up $1 a share. The float on this, I think, is I think it was 178 million shares. But whatever it was way out of my criteria, and so I end up losing 22 bucks on this, which is way more. Or sorry, no, I lost 12 on it. But I think I keep trading it actually, and I think never mind. So 85 million share float. So as foolish as this looks, man, I take another trade. It was, yeah, so I'm buying trying to buy the bounce off of the 9 EMA and then get stopped out, and then I jump right back in. I get a high fill, and it doesn't ever, I don't think it ever goes back up to my entry, quite honestly. So 3 losing trades in a row on this stock, and it's a higher float stock. I'm not supposed to be trading this, but yeah, I paid the consequence for it. So now I'm at max loss at 29 bucks, or I think my max loss is 40 bucks. That's bad that I don't know exactly. But on paper, my max loss is $40. $30 is the caution to not be so aggressive, and one more loss after 30 bucks is that's it. And obviously 40 bucks is I'm cut off from trading. Anyways, I take 2 more trades, which I'll jump over to. Okay, so this These last two trades were on AMCI, which has a float of 1.9 million shares. The price is $10, which is just above my criteria. So I guess that's fine. If it's slightly outside of it, it's fine. It has a 1 million share float, which is good. What I didn't know when I entered this trade is how many shares I was taking. I accidentally took 100 shares on it, and so I used up all my buying power in two trades on this, or the rest of my buying power. I'm not gonna lie, this was just jumping in on the momentum and maybe level 2 reading, but I don't know. Or no, sorry, that was maybe a 10-second setup. I'll go back after this next trade because I think I take one right after. Yeah, that was an early entry for the 10-second setup. Looking for the breakthrough daily resistance here. So that was and so it actually pops up a little bit higher after I sell, which is fine. I actually went from red $30 to green $6. And if you guys were able to see my face, you'd see that I was surprised because I was using 100 shares and I didn't even know. I think I upped my share size because I was looking at a $2 stock prior to this, and anyways, I made $36 on it, and that recouped all of my loss and some. So that was it for today's trading session. I hope you guys enjoyed. Um, let's go ahead and review that first trade on this stock because I want to know what setup that actually was. I didn't even see the 10-second chart, so I can't even say that was a 10-second setup, but it did pull back. Yeah, I mean, that was sort of just a FOMO entry. Got to be honest. But if I was looking here, then I could have said it was a 10-second setup. But I was yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it was just a in the moment thing. I'm like I knew it was going to go up. I don't know. But anyways, that was it from today's recap, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys are doing well in this market, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.